something about the Giants' playstyle, specifically the way they handle their early game aggression and how they control the early lane matchups, it always counters Gambit. Gambit always go into that mid-game, the team fighting stage, behind on gold and behind on kills.
So let's talk about the bans and the picks, which will be coming up here in just a second. We saw Kenneth's blood waiting for the dagger as a cocoon lands here on towards Babetta. Here comes Diamond. Babetta in all kinds of trouble. Edward secures the kill.
Game over indeed from Arcade Sona. Kill secure from Edward, and now they're going to move forward onto Alex. Morden is going to have to spend some more time protecting Extra, I believe is the correct term, or camping, whatever your preference. And as long as he can keep Extra alive, it's obviously going to pay off. But 20 CS difference already is a massive, massive advantage for Alex.
Yeah, it is definitely a big start to this one for Alex Itch. Extra he just needs to stay alive at this point. He can't afford to be going down again. You can see the Null Sphere not doing massive amounts of damage, to be honest, onto Alex. And that's a problem that Extra's going to have. Not the mobility that a Kassadin really will rely on later on once he hits that level 6 to get involved, not just obviously as an escape, but also to get involved in other lanes as well and really try to snowball around the map. In terms of the AD carries, 39 to 33, pretty even stuff there. We did see a Vamp Scepter picked up and a single Doran's Blade for Misfortune, and Ezreal's going to come back in with a Vamp Scepter, but with 2 Doran's Blades. So
damage and a little bit of an HP advantage, obviously going over to the side of Genja. It'll play into his favor somewhat more. He's also got a much more aggressive support from Edward. The middle lane, they're going toe-to-toe, and Alex has his ulti.
Well, toe-to-toe, I don't even know if we can call it that one. It's Extermin just running away here. Alex actually going to come down, does a lot of damage. Not going to follow through, though. You could see he was just itching to go in for the kill.
Really wanted to. Has that ability, the intervention to keep himself alive. But his Extra is a little bit slippery in that mid lane. And we'll see once he gets that Rift Walk, if he can trade a little more evenly.
Well, Giants need to hope that that's going to happen here. We pointed it out in the pre-game show that Morden was going to be involved in this middle lane a lot. Some would say camping, and I think that was me that said that. So we'll skip on from that point. But it's been the same here this time around. Morden has really stuck around into that middle lane.
A big difference from the last time we've seen them play, though, because the last time it happened, Morden was actually responsible for helping Exterminario pick up some kills. This time around, he's there simply to try and fend off Extra and keep him alive as best as possible. Diamond is roaming to the bottom, and can the cocoon land?
Yes, he can, and where is the Wither? Actually won't be needed here. Genja finishes off the kill. Spirit Fire was just thrown down to help with that one. Diamond will walk away. Did get himself... actually didn't get an assist for that one. The assist was from the first kill that came earlier on, so that's where the Spirit Fire was coming in. Like, please let me get damage. Underneath the tower, rest of the team finally get in, but Betta's going to die to the Ignite. That is 2 kills coming down. Well, here comes Extermin. He's hardly got any mana. He needs to be careful there. And as he picks up the 1 kill onto Nasus, can't keep going. But here comes Morden charging down that bottom lane. A speedy little thing he is. But can he get involved? There is a depth charge coming in. It's going to chase Genja all the way down. The hook will land. Here comes Exter from the side. And Morden picks up the kill. So he's not only babysitting him in the middle lane, he comes running down to bottom to do the same.
A new world record for the 100-meter dash, plus the shot put thrown in there as well from the depth charge. Great play, but a sloppy dive from Gambit. Let's be honest. Oh, the shock charge comes out. Samix just leaps over the wall. In that bottom lane, we've seen Diamond Prox came in very aggressive from behind. Genja and Edward weren't able to, to dive quickly enough. When they eventually did dive, they hung around a little bit too long, and they ended up trading evenly 2 for 2 until Morden ran himself into that lane, picked up a kill with the help of Extra. So that's going to give Giants the kill lead, but they're still 1,000 gold behind, thanks to that early CS advantage and obviously the Dragon.
Going to be denying blues here, of course. We saw Samux picking up the blue buff from the Giant side of the map earlier, jumping away from danger, and now Extermin has the blue buff in there as well. So Alex is going to have to be a little bit careful as to what goes on in this middle lane. He has picked up Merc Treads here, so a little bit of magic resist and to help with the tenacity there against the slow. He's got that Nash's Tooth in there, but at the end of the day, Extermin's going to be able to do a lot of damage with that blue buff on as well.
Yeah, so true. And of course, if he doesn't have mana, he is in a lot of trouble. Babetta and Jim's trying to play very sneaky, and a little exploding spider just snips them out of the brush. Edward using
tickled them away,
using all of the vision and all of the abilities to the best of their ability. With knowing the vision, he didn't face check. Darren's just farming up, but Extra's coming from behind, and they're going to dive.
They're going to dive here on towards Darren, and look at the damage coming out there. He's going to fall. Extermin is unstoppable, and this is probably why teams have been banning out Kassadin against the Spaniard.
Kassadin is such a great pick for the time being. Now we see Alex being caught out by Morden. It's just going to take a little bit of poke and back away, but look at Diamond Prox and look at Kassadin. This may turn into a very explosive situation.
Yeah, Alex Hitch, he didn't need... Oh, Extermin's going to face check here. Is he quick enough to rift walk away? Yes, he is, but Alex flashes over, but look at the damage coming in. There is intervention. Extermin... Oh, the Dragon going down. That's one thing that's keeping Gambit in the lead here in goal, is those Dragons that they've managed to pick up, and that's something that the Giants are going to be wanting to change around. In the bottom lane, Ezreal, Genja, as per usual, he's one of those guys who you kind of lose focus of after a while when the kills aren't coming in anymore, but one thing he does brilliantly is farm and farm and farm and farm. He's now a good chunk ahead. He's got a Bloodthirster in there with those double Doran's blades as well.
And well played by Giants. They realize that the rest of Gambit are split across the map, so they pick up their second tower of the game. So to balance out the fact that they've lost 2 Dragons, they have that global gold from the towers, and in actual fact it's more important because it denies the vision and it denies the control. Touching on Genja's farming, he does perform that a lot, but it does sometimes cost him because he's not always quite as responsive to get into the engagement. We see Extra coming up from behind on Alex, and I don't know if he's good enough for the kill, but he's going to go for a try.
Well, bursting down to half, Alex was like, well, I'm not even going to react to that one because he's probably going to rift walk straight off from it anyway. But that's the danger that he has right now. Half almost of his health taken down with 1 burst. And that's something that Alex is going to have to be a little bit careful of. Does have intervention, of course, to block that out.
And we see Extra, he was roaming towards that bottom lane, which maybe try and pick something up, but a number of pings coming in. I actually think from his own teammates saying, fall back, don't come in, don't push in here. We don't know where the rest of Gambit are, it's not safe. Look at the vision for Giants at the moment. They've got a little bit of river vision, a tiny bit up near the north side of the Gambit jungle, but outside of that, they have no idea what's going on inside the Gambit jungle. So they're being very brave just roaming like this because they're actually not 100% sure where their opponents are.
Well, roaming as a pack here, I think, is the important thing. As they are going to see Darian getting involved on this bottom lane. Nautilus is there to the side. Extermin is going to go in. Darian not going to escape this one. A lot of damage coming out, and it's another kill for Extermin there. Picked up with the Ignite, and they're looking for an inner turret. No one from Gambit is anywhere near being able to stop this.
Giants showing that they may not have crowd control with their team composition, they have map control with their play style. They are camping Darian out. That's the 3rd time that he's gone down. 33% of the deaths, no, half of the deaths for Gambit is just on his champion alone. So well played there. Now they're going on Alex.
There's intervention news. Extermin trying to get away, but Diamond was camping on the backside. Alex is going to fall in the end. Samuks jumps away. The dog is chasing him down. Well, has he got the pace to get in? Flash away from Samuks. Morden now the target. He will flash away as well. And Diamond not going to be able to catch up. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, they were putting pressure on towards Genja, who will stay safe for now. Crazy stuff. Giants looking very good.
So they trade 1 for 1. They went on another tower dive. However, the fact that they lost Extra means that that killing spree gold went over to Diamond Prox. That's plus 500 gold for him to spend, which is obviously going to help his team out. It closes that gap, which Giants actually held as far as the gold was concerned. In the bottom lane, Jimbones and Mabetta, they haven't died in the last 10 minutes, which is a very good sign for them, because it means that power crest that Genja and Edward had over them is no longer quite as applicable. They are going to put a lot of DPS down onto this bottom tower, and if Edward doesn't respond quickly enough, they may actually get it.
Respond how, I think, is part of the problem here from this one, as we are going to see Crescendo coming in. Here's a bullet time. Good flash from Edward. Gets him out of the main, a bit of damage, but here comes Extermin, waiting in the grass with... Oh, recall in for Edward. Extermin comes out. Edward has actually spotted that one happening here. Of course, does have repel available if he needs to get away from things. Extermin is getting closer in there, but in the end decides it's probably not worth it.
No, not this time round. His dive buddy of Kha'Zix or Morden was not there, so he decided to back away. He needs those people to be with him in the enemy tanking the tower. He is going to go head-to-head with Alex and puts a huge amount of damage down. Just the Rift Walk, well, full combo, drops him down to half.
Yeah, half health gone in an instant. And if he has to use that intervention on himself, it's not going to be great as Extermin is going to face check once again. There is the intervention used. Rift walk away, and now they turn over on towards Babetta. Well, here comes the diver. Is he going to get in on towards Diamond? He does manage to land that depth charge, the dredge line in as well. Diamond down to below half HP, but have they got the damage here? Jimbones and starts to back away. There is the depth charge coming in onto Genja. Extermin's on the backside, Babetta is on the top side, and Giants walk away.
Kha'Zix was trying to keep Darien away from that engagement, and it does look like he's going to go in. He's stealthed up and he's dove.
They're going in on towards Darien. There's Extermin as well. Not quite enough to finish off the kill, but they're absolutely hammering him low.
This game is bedlam. They are just diving absolutely everywhere, and the worst part is Nautilus isn't even using his diver skin. He's a miner. This is subterranean Nautilus, but they're digging themselves. They're not digging themselves into a hole. They're digging the graves of Gambit.
That is very true. It isn't a diver skin. So I'll not refer to him as a diver anymore. Although he has been diving a few turrets in this game, so...
That he has. I didn't mean to pop your bubble,
We can use it now. Yeah, you did. I know you know all the names of all the skins, Trevor. So here we go then, down in the middle. See, Samek's coming in. Babetta and Morden were all around there already. Kassadin looks like he's going to be headed over towards his blue buff, and Gambit must be feeling the pressure right now.
Well, they're definitely on the back foot again against Giants, and this is not the first time they've been in this position. They are pressed hard by Giants every time they meet. I do want to take this moment to talk about the items, because Jims has finished up his Infinity Edge. His lane opponent has gone for a Bloodthirster first. His Dragon is about to respawn, Giants are positioning. And interestingly, Genji is going for a Guardian Angel as his second item. He does tend to build defensive. If Babetta catches Edward, oh, Diamond, they're going to go on.
Yeah, he's going to get slowed in there, and there is another dredge line connecting. Diamond, will he be able to get away?
It doesn't look like it's going to end great this time either. They've had to run away.
Yeah, totally backing away from that one. Didn't want to get involved with Gambit coming back in towards the fight, but neither team confident enough right now to be going for this one. Of course, this is Giants' chance to really claw themselves back up level with Against All Authority in terms of matches, but Gambit are in a similar situation in the top side of the bracket where, you know, if they lose this one, Fnatic stay as #1 team.
Yeah, it's the truth, and I think in this particular match we've seen that swing as well. From earlier in the game, you felt that Giants were in control. They were setting the tone and the pace. They were tower diving. They had map control. But once they got the towers down to those inner lane towers, it sort of fell off a little bit. They weren't able to dive the inhibitor turrets because it was too early in the matchup. It allowed Gambit to farm themselves back into this game, pick up a number of dragons and a number of kills. And for these last few minutes, you feel like Gambit's setting the tone, and yeah, they're picking a fight.
Looks like they're going in for it. Morden is the target initially. Well, he will dredge line away. There's a bullet time coming down defensively. Babetta now the one at the back, but Giants have been forced away from that without really having much to say. Extermin now is going to be chased down. Of course, his Riftwalk should keep him safe from that as he dodges the Q coming out through the acceleration gate there of Jace. But Genji getting involved. A little bit of damage comes out from him. And just to touch on that topic that you had earlier, that Giants really had a lead. Look at the turrets. I remember saying 5-0 in turrets. When was the last time we saw that? It's now 5-5.
Yeah, they've evened it up completely. It was just the items and the team fights, and I feel that Guardian Angel pickup from Genja, you cannot stress how important it is. We'll get back to that in a second, as Diamond is going to find himself between two members of the Giants. Exter is coming up from the left, but so is the rest of both teams. Samix has been caught.
He's in a lot of trouble. Will go down there in the end before he can get away. Extermin came in. Darien going low, but look at Jimbones. He's been hammered away there. Genja coming in from the side. True Shot Barrage gets the kill. Morden goes down. Babetta gets Cocoon. That's a double kill for Ezreal. The turret's going to go down as well, and Extermin has to back away, and this should be another inhibitor coming down for Gambit.
4-for-0 exchange. Gambit simply catching members of Giant out when Giants felt that they were catching Gambit out. They're going to pick up the second inhibitor of the matchup. They can decide to either push for the victory or fall back. I think they have enough time and enough damage to close this one out. Exter sidesteps the Cocoon, but it's not enough.
Extermin trying to get himself there onto the fountain. Darien and Genja are trying to hold him in there. They may even be able to pick up a kill as a fountain nails Genja down to half, but he's got a GA, and the second Nexus turret has fallen. The Nexus itself will go down, and Gambit will take the victory here against the Giants and bring the series between them to 2-2. A much-needed win that will put them back on first place here in the European LCS.
They reclaim the lead here in this spring split for the first game of Gambit. Even more importantly, they needed to secure one win out of the 5 games they play this weekend to guarantee a top 2 place. They've done it. Gambit cannot fall below second by the end of this weekend. They are guaranteed for summer, and what a performance.
Yeah, a great performance and a great matchup, a spectacle that we really expected there coming out of Giants and Gambit from the previous encounters we've seen. That's it from us here though on the caster desk for now.